Kelly here with Kelly's Circle Life with a video on how to make your very own kitchen altar. So if you're like me, you probably have some kind of sacred space that you use for your magical workings. It may be an altar in a bedroom, or it may be a corner in an office, or it may be a whole room dedicated to your magical workings. And I have this room, and I have a desk set up, and I have some places where I do my magic working. But then it seems like at the end of the day, when I go to other parts of the house, I don't really take my magic with me. And one of my intentions this year is to really take my magic with me when I leave my primary sacred space. So moving it into other rooms of the house. And one of the places that I spend a lot of time and like to spend time in is my kitchen. I like to cook, I like to bake, I like to make things in the kitchen. I like to make meals for my family, and when I get there, it's usually to make dinner, and maybe in a hurry, or I know that there's people waiting on the food, or I just don't think about it. I just get out of my sacred space, and I don't really think about how I can bring magic and witchery into what I'm making. Sometimes I remember if I'm putting some herbs or spices in, sometimes I remember to say, a little gratitude prayer or something like that, but then usually, that's it. And so what I want to do is have a representation in my kitchen that I can really use as a focal point. So when I go into my kitchen, that it's there, I can focus on it and say a little prayer of gratitude and have that magic infuse everything that I do and make in my kitchen. So I've gotten just this little, and I'll go through and I'll list all the things that I use in the description. But first, I just got this little wire basket. It's big enough to hold all the stuff that I want, but small enough to go kind of tuck in the corner of my kitchen. So I've got this little basket, and I'm going to add some things to it. And the first thing I'm going to add to it is this card. This is a card that I have from a goddess deck of Bridget, or Brige, and she is a Celtic goddess of the hearth and the home, and of fire, and also the forge, the metal smithing, but she represents abundance, and she represents the home, and she represents creativity, and she represents making things. And so I thought that she would be the perfect goddess deity in my kitchen altar. So I put her in the altar, and then I wanted to add some herbs to go along with my kitchen altar and the things I want to be reminded of and do. So the next thing that I'm adding is some bay leaves, and so I just gathered up some dried bay leaves and have them in this little cup, and I'm going to put in the basket. And bay leaves are very healing, and one of the things that I want, the kind of feelings that I want to get from this altar to bring into my space, is a feeling of healing, and a feeling of love, and a feeling of being taken care of, because that's how I feel in my kitchen, is that I'm doing things there that take care of the rest of the family and the rest of the house. So bay leaves also are very earthy and grounding, and also can symbolize abundance. And I do feel a lot of gratitude for the abundance that I have, that I'm able to make things for my family, that I'm able to spend time in my kitchen, and that I have nice things to work with there, and that I can take some food and make it into something really good. So here I have this is along with my Bridget card. Then I have this little thing of the bay leaves. So the next thing I'm going to add is another spice, and this is something, of course, that you can use in, just like bay leaves. You can use the dried bay leaves. You can have them on your altar, and you can also have some that you use for cooking and use them in recipes. And when you do use them in recipes, you can make your intention, whatever you want your intention to be for that meal. You can make it and use the bay leaves, and also with the cinnamon you can do the same thing. And cinnamon is great because it is a very healing spice if using it in recipes, and you can use it in savory recipes like chilies and things like that, or you can use it in most often we use cinnamon in the fall and in the winter because it is a very warming spice, but you can use it any time of year in any way. And I have these just cinnamon sticks that I would use, and these are going to go on my altar, but I also have some that I can use stick form and use it, and anytime that I want to maybe make the room smell really good, I might put these, just simmer these, especially in the fall and winter when the cinnamon spice comes out. But it's also very good cleansing and clearing smell and scent for your space. So it's great to have in the kitchen and have that scent there, and good to use in all kinds of recipes. Like this, you can put it in wine or cider or things like that for drinks. You can put it in if you're making a chili that you want a little bit of sweetness to, or you can of course have ground cinnamon, and I do have some ground cinnamon that I have that I use and put in coffee, or put in sprinkle on top of yogurt, just different things like that. So but as you're doing that, as you're using the cinnamon in whatever recipe that you're using, or any way that you use it, think about it and make it intentional. Think about how I'm using this. I'm going to use the cinnamon in this spice mixture because I want it to be warming, and I want to cleanse this space, and I want to make others feel welcome and cozy when they come into my kitchen and when I serve them the food that I'm eating. So cinnamon, another great one to use and to go on my altar symbolically. I'll also have a small little dish of salt, and this is pink Himalayan sea salt, and you can use any kind of salt that you have, but salt is very protective, and of course it's another thing that you can use in recipes, use in your cooking, use as a seasoning, but you can also have this around, and you can have little dishes like this around your house as protection, not just in your kitchen. But it is good to have in your kitchen as a protective spice, as something that's going to, give protection to the people who come into your home and the people that you are serving your meals to. So it's a great protective seasoning and protective tool to have around in your kitchen and anywhere else in your house. Now, I also wanted to put some crystals in, and the first crystal I have is a green opal, because a green opal has, to me, the kitchen is a place of love and connected with the heart chakra, which is typically green. Also, green to me is freshness, and I want things to be fresh. I want things to be fresh and healthy in my kitchen and the things that I work with and that I do. So green opal is very cleansing, it's very clearing, it can be very grounding, healing, and also connected to love and the heart chakra. So, and you want people to feel that. You want people to feel that you have love in the things that you're doing in your kitchen and the things that you make. I'll also have just a few little pieces, and these are just little tumbled pieces of clear quartz, because clear quartz is, again, very cleansing, clearing herb or crystal, and I want this in my kitchen. I want to feel that it's clean. I want to feel that it's fresh. I want to feel that it's open and airy, and these little clear quartz are great for that, and they amplify anything else. They amplify anything else that I have going on in my altar, the herbs and spices that I have, and the other crystals, and if I decide to add any other crystals later on, then it'll amplify those feelings and whatever whatever it is that you want to have going on in this altar. So the little clear crystals are going in. And then I have just a couple more things. One is this piece of selenite, and this is just, it's kind of a square-shaped selenite, little piece of rod of selenite. And selenite, again, like clear quartz, cleansing, clearing, something that is very opening, and something that's very inviting. Selenite, I have pieces of selenite of different shapes and sizes all over my house, and this one, but I don't have any in my kitchen, and so this one is special. It's going to go in my kitchen. It's going to be on my kitchen altar so that it is there for my kitchen to be open and cleansed and clear, so that when I do go in to do any kind of work in the kitchen, that it's automatically brings that little bit of magic to it. And then the last thing I'm going to add, and this is just kind of symbolic, are these little measuring spoons. And you can see they're little ceramic measuring spoons. And these were a gift. And I don't really use them that much because I have others that, kind of stainless steel that I use those to work with and to make things with. But I have these out. And I thought they would be very cute to just go in my altar, since I don't really use them, but they'll be symbolic of the things that I make and the things that I bake, and measuring and bringing that care and devotion to the kitchen and those feelings that I want to have in that space. So I'm going to have those in this altar. So the altar is going to look like this. So once I have all the things in it, it's going to look like this. And then I can add in, there's space in here, I can add in a candle, and a candle to go with whatever, maybe I'm celebrating a holiday, so I can have a candle that represents that holiday, or celebrating a season, like we just moved into Beltana. So I might have a candle for that, or just white cleansing candle that I can cleanse out, clear out any anything that that needs to move out of my kitchen, and just bring that light into it. So I can add little things to it, and as I may find things, or as I'm gifted things, or as I come across things in daily life that I might want to bring into my kitchen, or I feel like that there's another deity that's really related to the feelings that I want to get from my kitchen altar, I can add those too, and I can always add and take away and use use some smoke from incense, try to cleanse everything periodically. But having the selenite and the clear quartz in there, kind of keep everything cleansed and ready and clear and fresh, and that's why I put those in there. So this is a way for you to do a very simple kitchen altar. So find a deity that you want to work with. Find some things that you have in your kitchen that you like, that are decorative but symbolic. Find some herbs and spices you really like to work with and that you feel comfortable with and close to. Maybe there's something that you work with a lot and use a lot in your cooking, or just ones that appeal to you, ones that you like and you think are fun. You can also put in crystals that you like, crystals that you have around your house, or crystals that you find along the way that that really have that meaning of what you want people to feel when you go into your kitchen. So that's really the main thing, is your intention. How do you want people to feel when they come into your kitchen? How do you want to feel when you go in your kitchen? And how do you want to be reminded of your witchiness and your witchcraft and your practice and your sacred space when you go into your kitchen? So look for those things and put together your own little kitchen altar. And then also, I'll put this in the description box, but you can also dedicate your altar when you take it down. And I've written just a little dedication that you can use. And so when I put it in my kitchen, I would say, "Let only love and light enter here. Spirits of the elements be near. Bless this kitchen with peace and grace. Let all those here enjoy this space." And so I would take that with me, take it down with me into my kitchen, and set my altar up where I want to put it, and then I would say the blessing there that I have for my kitchen altar, and then it'll be ready to go. And then I can add things if I need to, and I can have I can write down the blessing, put it with it, so that I can renew and refresh whenever I want to. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope that you are ready to go and inspired to go make your own kitchen altar and have something in your kitchen that reminds you of how you want to bring your witchy self into your kitchen and into the rest of your day, and all the things that you make, and all the people that come into your kitchen, and all the people that you serve with from things that your kitchen, even if it's just you, even if it's just you that's getting the benefit of the things in your kitchen, still having the altar there and bringing that love and light and peace into your kitchen is a wonderful thing. So thanks for watching.